Good afternoon, financial tech skills students. I'm going to show you how to make a table and how to set tabs and dot leaders in Module 9 Insurance. So looking at the directions for number 2, it says prepare a list of 10 insurers in the Great Falls area. Include the types of insurance sold by each company. Create a list using a word table. So we're going to go to our Insert menu, and we're going to say table, and I have two choices. It says in the directions that I need 4 columns by 11 rows, and I can't quite get there. So if I had a smaller column, I would be able to use this grid. So what I need to do is click on Insert Table, and it says columns, and I'm going to change that to 4, and I'm going to change my rows to 11. And I'm going to say OK. It says to include the following table headings. My cursor's already blinking there, so I want company name. Usually headings would be capitalized, and we want their address, their telephone. I'm just hitting tab, and the types of insurance sold. I'm going to go back here and click, and I'm going to add telephone number. Okay, next I will left click and drag, so I've selected all of those. I'm going to go back to my home tab. I'm going to center and bold those because that is usually what you would do with a table. Okay, so now you will research the company names, addresses, phone numbers, and the types of insurance. Let's say they sell a lot of insurance. Just keep your list going, and if you need to keep typing, then I would say 2 lines worth is fine, even if they have about 15 different types of insurance. Okay, the next direction says to add some color and some style and some borders to your table, so I'm going to click the little icon in the upper left, and I just hover in the corner and it appears. That selects my whole table, and I can go to layout. That would give me a lot of different options that I could do within my table. I can go to design, and you'll notice there's all these pre-made styles, and when you hover over those pre-made styles, you can see what that would look like to your table. So like the directions say, please add some color, some style, and some borders. How would I add borders? That's right in this area right here, and you can go in and you can view those borders and shading, and you can make those a different color, you can make those a different style, whatever you'd like to play with in that. But make sure that you do follow the directions and add some color, style, and borders to your table. It says to cite your sources at the bottom of the Word document, so down here I would put what sources I used, something like that. Something along those lines. Okay, I'm going to say no spacing from here on out so that I have plenty of room for the next half of the assignment. The bottom of the number 2 direction says that we should insert a header. So I'm going to go to Insert, Header. A header is different than a heading because a header will appear on every page if it was more than a 1-page document. I like this to be right aligned, and then you'll put your first and last name. And I'm usually, where it says Shift, you can just say Virtual Academy. And then Director. And I'm just going to double click to get out of that header area, and now I'm ready for the next part of the assignment. The next part of the assignment gives you a scenario about a young woman and what's going on in her life, and we're asking for you to decide what types of insurance she might possibly need given her different scenarios. It says that we're going to practice tab setting and dot leaders. It says that we need to go in and set tabs at 1 inch and 4 inch. I'm viewing my ruler right now. If you're not viewing your ruler, would you go to the View tab and click on Ruler so that we can see those tabs go into place? Back at my Home tab, I have a paragraph group, and then I have a paragraph launcher. Right now I'm going to hit enter to get off of that line so that I'm all separated. I don't have any tabs in right now. Nothing's on my ruler. And I'm going to go to my launcher, and in the bottom left I'm going to say tabs. In this window it says that we need a 1-inch tab, so I type that into this area right here, and I say set, and I need a 4-inch tab, and I need to say set. And that's all that I would mess with in this area right here, and then I say OK. And I can see that I've set a 1-inch tab and a 4-inch tab. Okay, so you can see I have a 1-inch tab and I have a 4-inch tab. And I would use my tab key I'm going to do so now, and that advances my cursor over to that tab setting. And at that point, it says that we're going to design a 2-column, without using columns, though using tabs, document that says risks. I'm going to hit my tab key again. By hitting the tab key, it went over to this next tab, and the types of insurance that this young lady might possibly need with those risks. When I hit the enter key, it goes back over to the left. I'm going to hit my tab key, and it says now we would like to have dot leaders, so that when we list the risk and we use the tab key, it will lead us over to the right with dots. So I'm going to go back to my home tab. I'm going to go to my paragraph launcher, into my tabs, and I'm going to select that 4-inch tab, and down here I'm going to assign it a dot leader. Could use a dash leader. I need to say set again to secure that new setting, and then I'm going to say OK. So let's say, for instance, that Jessica could get in a car accident. When I hit the tab key this time, I get dot leaders over to the types of insurance. And what would she need? I'm going to recommend that she get comprehensive automobile insurance. Okay, and then when I hit enter, I would hit tab, I would type the risk, I would hit tab, and I would type the types of insurance. Okay, I'm going to jazz up these headings a little bit. I'm going to say bold and underline. Bold and underline. And I'm going to next show you how to sort information in your table. As we look at the rubric, or actually sort these risks right here. So let's say this one is fire. Let's say this one is zoo, just so that you can see alphabetizing. Oh, and those are already alphabetized, so we want zoo up here. Not that there's a zoo risk, but that'll give us some different letters. Okay, so how would I alphabetize these? I'm going to left click and drag and select those. And then in my, I always forget where it is, page layout, insert, home. Oh, there's sorting right there. And I would left click on sorting. It says, do I want to sort by paragraph? That doesn't really apply because I don't really have an essay. So I'm going to just leave it all set up like it is and say OK. And at that point, it will alphabetize those risks. When I look at the rubric, it says, did we have a 4-column by 12-row all filled in? You'll fill those in with your agencies. Did you put in a header? Is it one page only? We'll add color, style, borders to this table. And then down below it says, did we list 5 risks for Jessica, 5 types of insurance? Did we set tabs? Did we use dot leaders? And did we sort it A to Z? So that should be everything that you're required to do in terms of the setup of this Word document. Thank you.